Hello everyone, welcome to the Currency of Democracy. I'm your host Josh Davis. Tonight I want to talk about income taxes and what it means to you, and I also want to talk about the Senate race briefly right now. The Senate race was won by Scott Brown. He's a Republican, and I definitely understand why. It has a lot to do with the healthcare debate and all that, and you know, it's just out of the blue kind of thing. But it also has a little bit of history. I don't know if you've been watching what's been going on with Virginia and New Jersey. They just elected Republican governors for, you know, and New Jersey's notorious for Democrats. So. You know, from a political party type of thing, it makes a lot of sense. But in the long scheme of things, this isn't going to make a damn bit of difference at all. Nothing is going to change. It's all about big government. I know. The mantra for Republicans are smaller government, you know, less invasiveness. But think about what's been going on. More security means more government. So, you know, the airport situation, you know, they're the ones that are like going forth with the idea of protection, and the government can protect you. Yeah, that's it. So the idea is this really, in the grand scheme of things, this isn't going to change anything, though it will stop the idea of healthcare and that kind of thing. Let me go forth and talk about, in this whole show, I'm going to talk about the income tax, or the federal income tax, not the state income tax. In a constitutionally speaking, the income tax is, you know, pertaining to U.S. citizens, it's wrong. And it's unconstitutional, is what I'm trying to get at. It's also, it doesn't pertain to us at all. Me as a U.S. citizen, it doesn't pertain to me. I've done my own research. I've studied the code a little bit. And you can find the code. It is law.cornell.edu/US code, and you can go straight to Title 26, which is the Internal Revenue Code. So if you go to Title 26, it lists all of the income taxes, or any tax at that. But specifically, Subtitle A is the income tax. So if you go to Cornell and look up the Internal Revenue Code, you'll see all of the titles, or the subtitles, and you can see income tax is the first one. Just go into it. Check it out for yourself. Don't take any of what I'm about to say for granted. You got to do it all yourself. If you believe that you owe income tax, do it. You know, pay it, because I can't determine what you owe. You know, I don't know you. But basically, if you're a United States citizen, meaning within the 50 states, meaning you're a Massachusetts citizen anyway, I believe if you're watching my show in general, you're going to be from Massachusetts or Danvers exclusively. You don't owe income tax. If you don't do any kind of enterprise with foreign corporations, or you do not leave the country and, you know, engage in business that way, then you don't owe income tax at all, period. So, I also have to say, if you're also not a federal employee, so basically if you work for the IRS in North Andover or something, then you probably do owe income tax, or any other kind of federal employee. In some way or some form, you're going to owe tax in that case. But the idea, let me start from a constitutional standpoint. Article 1, Section 8, Clause 1. This says, the Congress shall have power to lay and collect taxes, duties, imposts, and excises, to pay the debts and provide for the common defense and general welfare of the United States. But all duties, imposts, and excises shall be uniform throughout the United States. So basically, this is dealing with foreign relations, basically. If you are importing or exporting goods, then that's basically an impost and an expost. No, those are imposts, and excises are specifically basically an income tax in general. But excises deal with capital gains or that kind of thing, and they're usually only corporate. So, yeah, so as I've always stated, the Constitution is one of limited powers given to the Congress. If it's not explicitly stated in the Constitution, Congress can't do it, period. But to continue, Article 1, Section 9, Clause 4, it says, no capitation or other direct tax shall be laid unless in proportion to the census or enumeration herein before directed to be taken. So that is, again, it's proportional to the states. They have to lay the tax to the states, and then the states lay it to the citizens. Unless they're already in a federated territory or the District of Columbia as it is. Then the United States can excise on that because of the 16th Amendment. This clarified what is going on. Congress really was going along with whatever they wanted to do until the 16th Amendment. This says, the Congress shall have power to lay and collect taxes on incomes from whatever source derived, without apportionment among the several states and without regard to any census or enumeration. Now that is very confusing because it sounds like it contradicts what was going on in Article 1. But that's not true. You kind of have, it's a word game. And it has to do with, obviously, the confusion is the apportionment, but it's trying to say that it's without the apportionment among the several states. So it is allowed to tax on United States, the District of the the District of Columbia or the territories without apportionment because it's not a state.